glass jar on the shelf holds light the way a lantern holds a flame. It bends the morning through its curves, and nothing in the room's the same. The jar is empty, but it shines with all the things it used to keep. The strawberry jam, the pickled beets, the honey thick and dark and deep. I turned it into something new, a vessel for the wildflowers cut from the patch beside the fence where the garden gate won't shut. The glass is slightly green with age, a tint that only old jars own. The kind of color you cannot buy, the kind of color that is grown. It catches every passing cloud reflected in its belly round, a tiny cinema of weather playing without any sound. I draw it with my finest pen. The curves are hard to get just right, the way the glass distorts the stems, the way it multiplies the light. The glass jar holds more than it seems. It holds the light, it holds the view, it holds the memory of peaches and the mornings passing through. A glass jar on a window seam is everything I knew. My grandmother had shelves of them in the pantry down the stairs. Jars of plums and jars of cherries, jars arranged in quiet pairs. The labels written in her hand, the date, the contents, and a note. Sometimes a heart, sometimes a star, the smallest thing she ever wrote. I keep one empty on my desk, not for flowers, not for pens, just to look at, just to hold, just to remember where and when. There is an art to preservation, to sealing summer in a lid, to keeping sweetness through the winter the way our grandmothers did. The jar is just a simple thing, a cylinder of sand and heat, but fill it with attention and the ordinary feels complete. The flowers in the jar are wilting, the petals dropping one by one. They curl like sleeping caterpillars, their time of standing almost done. But even dying flowers are beautiful in their slow and graceful fall. The way they let go of their color, the way they give away their all. I draw them as they are right now, not fresh, not perfect, not arranged, but honest and surrendering, beautifully and slowly changed. A glass jar holds more than it seems. It holds the light, it holds the years, it holds the memory of summer and the quiet shape of tears. A glass jar on my windowsill is everything that persevered.
kitchen window faces east, which means the morning finds me first. It pours across the cutting board and warms the glass beside my thirst. The dishes from last night are stacked, a small ceramic mountain range. I should wash them, but instead I sit and watch the light begin to change. From blue to white, from white to gold, the color of the toast I burn. Every morning, every single time, you think by now I would learn. The herbs are growing on the sill, basil leaning toward the sun, the parsley always looking tired, the mint already overrun. I water them with yesterday's glass, the one I left beside the bed. They do not judge the water's age, they drink whatever they are fed. The fridge is humming its one note, a constant drone beneath the day, the soundtrack of the kitchen life that never learns another way. Through the kitchen window, the world looks small and kind. Through the kitchen window, I leave the rush behind. Just the steam, the sunlight, and the bread and the rind. Through the kitchen window is the peace I always find. Cookbook open on the counter is splattered with a dozen meals, tomato sauce and olive oil, the pages stuck like orange peels. I do not follow recipes, not anymore, I cook by feel. A pinch of this, a pour of that, and somehow it becomes a meal. Wooden spoon has stains that tell the history of what we ate, the curries and the pasta nights, the birthday cakes we stayed up late. There is a whole philosophy inside a kitchen if you look. Patience of a simmering pot, the timing of a perfect cook. The way the onions make you cry for no good reason but their own. The way the garlic fills the room and makes any place feel like home. Morning's almost gone and I am still here in my kitchen chair. The coffee cold, the toast now eaten, crumbs like confetti everywhere. I should get up and start the day. The list of tasks is growing long, but just 5 minutes more, I think. 5 minutes more inside the sun. Kitchen window holds the light, the way a hand holds something dear, and I am held here too, I think, gently at the start of here. Through the kitchen window, the world looks small and kind. Through the kitchen window, rush behind. The steam, the sun, kitchen window, the only peace I find.
The lighthouse keeper lives alone, with nothing but the glass and beam. He polishes the lens each morning until it holds the cleanest gleam. The spiral staircase knows his weight, each step has memorized his tread. 200 steps from lamp to kitchen, 200 steps from light to bread. The sea below is gray and restless, always moving, never done. The keeper watches from his window and counts the waves one by one.
His table has a single plate, a single fork, a single knife. The simplicity is not his sadness, it is the architecture of his life. He keeps a journal by the lamp and writes the weather every night. The wind direction and the temperature, the color of the fading light.
His handwriting is small and careful, the letters lean into the east, as if even his words are pulled toward the ocean and the beast. Turn the light, guide them through the darkest strait. Turn the light, the keeper does not hesitate. Through the fog, through the storm, the light is always warm. He paints the railing every spring, a white so bright it hurts to see. Against the gray of rock and water, it is the loudest thing to be.
The seabirds nest along the ledge, he knows them each by size and call. The gannets and the gilly moths, the kittiwakes that line the wall.
He draws them in his journal too, small ink sketches in the margin, beside the notes on barometric pressure and the distance to the far horizon. They offered him a life on land, a cottage and a garden gate. But he said, the light still needs me, and the ship's still coming late.
He said there is a kind of purpose in the keeping of a flame that burns for strangers in the darkness who will never know your name.
That is enough, he said and smiled. That is more than most can claim. To stand between the rock and water and hold the steady frame. Tonight the fog is rolling in, the horn will sound its lonely note, a low and ancient kind of singing that catches in the keeper's throat.
He climbs the stairs and checks the lens. The light is spinning strong and true. It cuts a path across the water, a golden road for passing through.
He stands and watches from the gallery, the cold wind pulling at his coat. And somewhere out beyond the darkness, the light falls on a grateful boat.
Turn the light, turn the light.
Guide them through the longest night.
Turn the light, turn the light.
The keeper holds the world upright. Through the fog, through the years, the light outlasts the fears.
Found a feather on the path, not fallen but deliberately placed by gravity or by a bird that no longer needed the weight. I pick it up and hold it flat across my open palm and feel almost nothing. It weighs less than the idea of something real. The shaft is straight, the barbs are fine. They zip together when I press and separate when I pull apart, a tiny architecture of finesse. I take it to the studio and pin it to the drawing board. Beneath the lamp it casts a shadow, thin and long like a quiet word. Color is not simply brown, it shifts from bronze to olive gray, a spectrum hiding in the ordinary, a universe in disarray. I sharpen my pencil to a point so fine it could perform a surgery, and begin the slow and careful work of recording what I see with urgency. A feather study teaches patience. A feather study teaches sight. Every barb a line to follow, every vein a different light. A feather study takes an hour to see what took a bird one flight. The Ratchis curves like a riverbed, the calamus is hollow and clean. If I hold it up against the lamp, the light comes through like a movie screen. The after feather at the base is soft as breath and just as shy, a smaller feather growing underneath, a secret whispered by the sky. I draw it all with equal care, the strong parts and the fragile ones, the places where the barbs are broken and the light comes through like tiny suns. Audubon would shoot the birds and wire them into poses grand, then paint them life-size on the page with a steady and devoted hand. I prefer to find them on the ground, the feathers that the living shed. No harm, no wire, no arrangement, just the gift the morning spread. There is enough beauty in a single quill to fill 100 pages wide. Enough complexity in one small plume to keep my pencil occupied. The drawing is nearly done, the feather looks back at me from the page. A portrait of something weightless, captured at a certain stage. Tomorrow the real feather may be blown away by wind or rain, but the drawing will remain here, a record of my close refrain. I unpin it from the board and let it rest beside my cup. A feather and a drawing of a feather, one going down and one going up. A feather study teaches patience. A feather study teaches grace. Every barb a small commitment, every line a gentle trace. A feather study takes a morning to see what takes a bird to space.
The compass rose is 16 points, each one a promise and a prayer. North is certainty and south is wonder. East is morning, west is where the light goes when the day is finished and the stars begin their shift. I draw one on the empty paper, and the whole page starts to lift. The lines extend like petals opening from the center where the needle lives. A flower made of pure direction, the confidence it gives.
Shade the north point darker always, the way the old cartographers did. A diamond shape of solid black, like a secret that they hid.
The others alternate in tone, from light to dark and back again. A pattern like a breathing rhythm, like the heartbeat of the pen. Between the major points, the minor, northeast and southwest find their place. The
compass rose accommodates them all with geometric grace. Which way now? Which way now? The compass rose does not decide. It only shows you all the options and lets you choose the tide. Which way now? Which way now? Every direction is a door. The compass rose just turns and turns and asks what you are looking for. I add the filigree, the curls, the decorative swirls and bends, the kind of beauty that has no purpose except to say this never ends.
The compass roses of the old world were works of art unto themselves, designed by cartographers who knew the maps belong on different shelves.
In science and geography alone, a map is also poetry, a drawing of the possible, a picture of where you could be.
There is no compass for the heart, no needle pointing true to love, no cardinal direction showing what we should be frightened of. And yet we navigate, we do, by instinct and by morning star, by the feeling in the chest that says you have come so very far.
Keep going, the compass is not broken, it just spins, because every direction is worth taking, and every journey begins. I finish the compass rose and blow the ink dust from the paper's face. It sits there in the center gleaming, a mandala of time and space. I do not add a map around it, no continents, no ocean blue. The compass rose is beautiful alone, a destination in its view. Tomorrow I may draw the world, the mountains and the rivers wide, but tonight the rose is all I need, a flower with direction inside. Which way now? Which way now? The compass rose just gently turns. It does not push, it does not pull. It simply waits and simply learns. Which way now? Which way now? Every petal is a road. The compass rose keeps spinning still, unburdened by the load.
candle has been burning now for long enough to bend and bow. The wax has pooled around the base like a frozen river's flow. The wick is black and curling over, leaning like a tired spine. The flame adjusts and finds its center, drawing one unbroken line. I watch the shadow on the wall, the giant version of the small. The candle barely 6 inches tall, but the shadow covers all. The room is different by this light, the corner's soft, the edge is gone. The bookshelf is a wall of secrets, the mirror is a silver pond. My face reflected in the glass is warmer than it was by day. The flame is kinder than the sun, it hides what sunlight would betray. I take my charcoal to the paper and draw the room as candlelight sees it. The shapes are loose, the borders blurred, and nothing quite completely fits. By the candle wick I see a softer version of the world and me. By the candle wick I find the gentler corners of my mind. By the candle wick the dark is not the enemy but the start. The flame is dancing now, a draft has found its way beneath the door. It makes the shadows swing and sway like seaweed on the ocean floor. I do not close the gap, I like the way the candle reacts to air. The way it flickers and recovers, the way it shows me that it's there. There is a courage in a flame so small and so exposed to wind, and yet it stands, and yet it burns, and yet it will not be thinned. Before the electricity, before the switch beside the bed, the whole world lived by candlelight and saw by what the fire said. The pages turned by amber glow, the letters written in the war. The faces known by shadow first, the beauty found inside the storm. I wonder if they saw things better in the softness of the flame. If the darkness made them braver, if the light was not the same. The candle is much shorter now, another hour and it will drown inside the pool of its own, making a quiet white and waxy crown. The but not yet. There is still time for one more drawing, one more look at how the shadow holds the bookshelf, how the flame holds up the book. I will not light another one. When this one dies, I will sit still in the darkness for a moment and feel the warmth it leaves behind. It will be enough to carry me from candlelight to morning sun. The wick, the wax, the tiny fire, the night, the drawing, and the dime. By the candle wick I saw a softer version of the world in awe. By the candle wick I learned that every shadow has a light that burns. By the candle wick, the dark was never the end, but the start. The stone wall has been standing here since long before my name was born. The moss has crept across its face like a slow and velvet storm. Each stone was placed by someone's hand, fitted tight without the mortar, carried up the hillside path by someone's son or someone's daughter. I sit against it and I feel the cold of centuries on my back. The wall does not complain or shift, it simply holds its ancient track. The moss is every shade of green, from emerald to olive dark. It fills the cracks between the stones, like nature signing its own mark. A spider web connects to rocks, a bridge of silver in the when the breeze comes through, but does not break, it does not tear. I sketch the wall in soft graphite, the texture of beneath my reed. The pencil catches every bump, like a fingertip learning to moss and stone, the oldest conversation known. One is patient, one is slow. Together they have learned to grow. Moss and stone, moss and stone. Neither one of them glances at a patch of lichen as if considering its worth. The lichen is a thing between not plant, not fungus, but a pair, a partnership so old and deep. They breathe each other's air. I add it to my drawing now, a splash of yellow on the gray. A wall is more alive than buildings that were finished yesterday. There are cathedrals made of stone that tourists crowd to see and praise. But this small wall along the field has stood through just as many days. No architect, no grand design, just a farmer and a need to mark the boundary of the land and give the sheep a place to feed. And yet it stands, and yet the moss still writes its green biography upon the surface of the stones, a living, breathing history. The afternoon is cooling down, the hill is casting longer shade. I close my sketchbook, brush the dirt from everything the morning made. The wall will be here when I leave, and when I come again next year, the moss will have grown another inch. The spider will have moved from here. But something in the drawing holds the way the light fell on this day, the exact green of this exact moss before it slowly turned to gray. Moss and stone, the oldest conversation known. One is patient, one is slow, together watching seasons go. Moss and stone, the quietest beauty I have known. The attic room has slanted walls that make you duck and tilt your head. The ceiling follows the roof's own logic, and the floor creaks under every tread. A window shaped like half a moon lets in a blade of dusty light. The particles are slow and golden, like glitter falling through the night. There are boxes here I have not opened, labeled in a hand I know. My mother's cursive blue and certain, stacked in alphabetical rows. I open one and find the photos, curled at edges, brown at seams, faces I half recognize from stories told in childhood dreams. My father young and wearing bell-bottoms, my mother with a ribbon in her hair. They stand in front of someone's garden, and they look like they don't have a care. I set the photo on the floor and draw it quickly while the light still falls across the attic boards before the afternoon turns night. In the attic room, the past is patient. It waits in boxes, it waits in dust. In the attic room, the years are gentle. They do not crumble, they do not rust. They simply sit and hold their breath and wait for us to come and trust. A wedding dress in tissue paper, yellowed like a page of verse. The buttons are like tiny moons, the lace as delicate as a nurse's. Touch upon a fevered brow, so careful and so light and thin. I wonder who wore this and where, and what kind of life they were stepping in. There is a trumpet in its case, the velvet lining worn to thread. Someone in this family played, but no one living now has said. Attics are the memory banks of houses that have lived too long. They hold the things we cannot throw away, the right, the wrong, the right, the wrong. Every family has an attic, even if it is just a drawer, a place where we keep the evidence of everyone who came before. And looking through it is a kind of archaeology of the heart. You dig through layers of the living, and every object is a start. I spend the whole day up here drawing the objects as I find them placed. The lamp, the trunk, the folded flag, the mirror with the crackled face. Each drawing is a small memoir The attic holds it all so gently, like a bird inside a nest. When evening comes, I close the boxes and climb back down the narrow stair. The attic room returns to silence, but something of me stays up there. In the attic room, the past is patient. It waits in boxes, it waits in years. In the attic room, I found the quiet, the kind of quiet that perseveres. I closed the door but left the window open to the evening's tears. There is an hour that belongs to neither day nor night but both. A bruise of blue across the sky, a slow and purple kind of growth. The street lamps flicker into life, not yet needed but awake. The sky still holds enough of sun to make the first few stars look fake. I stand beside the open window and breathe the cooling evening air. The world is changing color slowly, from golden to I don't know where. The houses opposite are glowing, each window is a little stage. A woman setting down the table, a man turning a paper page. The trees are silhouettes already, their leaves are just a memory of green that will return at dawn with the light's consistency. The blue is steeping by the minute, from powder to cobalt to ink. I try to mix it on my palette, but the sky is faster than I think. The blue hour, the in-between, the softest edge I have ever seen. Not quite dark, not quite bright, the pause between the day and night. The blue hour holds me here in the space between the far and near. The rooftops are a jagged line drawn by a child with a ruler's hate. The chimneys and the aerials arranged in no particular state, but in this light they look like music, a score of highs and lows and rest. The buildings are the notes and measures, the sky the silence in between the tests. I paint the scene in watercolor, working fast before the blue but it does not last, and that is why we love it more than a afternoon. Because the things that stay forever never make us feel this way this soon. The urgency of fading beauty, the clock inside the changing sky, it makes us pay attention harder. It makes us really truly try. The stars are clearer now, I see Orion stepping through the blue. The last streak of the sunset lingers like a ribbon someone drew. I put my brush down and just look. The painting can wait, the sky cannot. These final seconds of the blue hour are worth more than any thought. The darkness comes and it is gentle. It is not a closing door. It is a curtain slowly falling on the most beautiful encore. The blue hour, the in-between, the softest world I have ever seen. Not quite gone, not quite here, the space between the old and new year. The blue hour held me still and I stayed at the window of my own free will. The rain is keeping time for me, a rhythm on the studio roof, each drop a tiny metronome, each puddle growing liquid proof that today was made for staying in. For paint and turpentine and tea, the canvas on the easel waits, as patient as the willow tree. I squeeze the tubes of cerulean and raw sienna and burned red. The palette is a mess already, like the inside of my head. The studio smells of linseed oil, and the wooden floor beneath my feet is spotted like a leopard's coat. With every color I repeat, the rain has darkened the skylight and turned the room to silver gray, the kind of light the old Dutch masters would have prayed for on a day like this, when shadows have no edges and the highlights are all soft, when everything is evenly illuminated from below, above, and from aloft. Let it rain, let it rain. I have everything I need: 4 walls, a canvas, and the patience of a very stubborn seed. Let it rain, let it rain. The studio is warm. I am building something beautiful inside the quiet storm. I start with blocking in the shapes, the large masses of dark and light. The conversation is still breathing. Nothing is locked or bolted tight. A woman sitting by a window, or maybe just a chair alone, or maybe just the window's light falling on the wall like a stone. A painting will decide itself. It always does if I get out of its way and let the colors tell me what they're all about. Some days the painting wins and I just stand there watching it appear, like it was always on the canvas, hiding underneath the primer clear. Some days I fight it every inch and scrape it off and start again. And those days teach me just as much about the art of giving in. The rain has no agenda either. It does not rain to grow the flowers. It rains because the clouds are full and cannot hold another hour. The afternoon has disappeared into the painting and the rain. I step back and I see a world that did not exist before I came. It is not finished, it may never be. Some paintings live in I clean my brushes in the jar. The water turns to sunset shades. The rain is softer now, a whisper. The last of the evening serenades. Tomorrow I will come back here and look at it with different eyes. The painting and the rain will wait beneath the studio's patient skies. Let it rain, let it rain. I have everything I need. These walls, this canvas, and the faith of a slowly growing seed. Let it rain, let it rain. The
The train moves and the world moves with it, but in the opposite direction. The trees are walking backwards slowly, like a quiet resurrection. I press my forehead to the glass. The cold is sharp against my skin. The fields are green and then they're golden, depending on which light gets in. A farmhouse appears and disappears, a red door and a washing line. A life that lasted half a second in the window frame of mine. The power lines are drawing waves, a slow sine curve across the sky. They dip between the wooden poles like a bird that cannot fly. The cows are standing perfectly still, like someone painted them in place. Each one a study in composure, each one a master class in grace. I open my sketchbook on my knee and try to catch the moving scene. But every line I start is finished somewhere the pencil has not been. Through the train window, everything is passing through. Through the train window, the world is always new. I cannot hold it, I cannot keep it. All I can do is let it go. Through the train window, watching the beautiful flow. A river runs beside the track for 7 minutes, then it turns. And vanishes behind a hill as if it has its own concerns. bridges come in quick succession, iron and stone and painted steel. Each one a doorway to a county, each one a turning of the wheel. A child waves from a garden fence, I wave back, but we are gone. The moment lived and died so quickly, like the first note of a song. Travel is the art of looking without the luxury of time. You learn to see in passing glances, you learn to sketch in pantomime. The greatest paintings of my life are the ones I never made. The sunset from a moving carriage, the London in a tunnel's shade. The city starts to gather now, the buildings multiplying fast. The gardens shrinking, the balconies, the country-eyed becoming past. I close my sketchbook, nothing drawn, but everything recorded still. Inside the camera of attention, inside the viewfinder of will. The train is slowing and the platform stretches out like an open hand. I step off into the station's noise and leave the window's quiet land. Through the train window, everything was passing through. Through the train window, I watched the world renew. I could not hold it, it could not keep it. All I could do was let it flow. Through the train window, the most beautiful show I know.